Hey everyone, Phoenix Spring Tarot here. So this is going to be a pick a card reading on what to expect from the new moon in Libra. So how could we harness this new moon in Libra energy over the next 2 weeks? So the new moon in Libra is happening today, September the 25th, and the energies are expected to last until the 8th of October 2022, and on the 9th there'll be a full moon in Aries, but when it comes to that energy, we'll explore that more in depth and in further during our monthly readings. So what I'm going to do now, the way I'll structure this reading, is that I'll go through a general forecast for this energy, and then I'll go to the pick a card selections, and the timestamps would be down below. So you could fast forward to the timestamps, but I would advise not to skip and listen to this general forecast because it would just provide and set a context and a tone for the pick a card readings. Okay, so what would this new moon in Libra bring? So collectively, this new moon is happening in the 7th house, and the 7th house is the one of relationships. So one-to-one relationships, which could be platonic, they could be romantic relationships. So we're looking at marriages, exclusive one-to-one relationships. It's also exploring your maternal instincts. One-to-one relationships, not only with regards to people that you get along with, but also with regards to your enemies as well. So expect your enemies or people who are not for you to have a realization of who they are, and expect to have those confrontations also come to the surface. It's also a time of contracts as well. So if you're signing any contracts, submitting any paperwork, that is all happening along this time as well. So it's relationships with institutions. Now Libra, the Libra energy, of course, is all about scales. When we think of the Tower card, we think of the Justice card, we think about the scales. So it's looking at balance and harmony and interconnections with other people and other situations. And for those who are more solitary, if you're feeling more into yourself, then it's also a matter of focusing on your spiritual, mental and emotional equilibrium, especially considering all the planets that we have in retrograde at the moment. Now, quickly going into the other key planetary placements and how it could impact the new moon in Libra. We have Jupiter going retrograde in Aries, and collectively Aries is the first house of your self-awareness, your physical self, how you identify and want to turn up in the world, your self-image, your ego. So if with Jupiter being in retrograde, it's about expanding our wisdom, our knowledge base, our self-awareness. Where are we overexerting ourselves? Where have we overcommitted? Right, with Jupiter in retrograde, we're just going to revisit that. Where have we overburdened, overcommitted, as I'd said before? With Mercury retrograde, with Venus in Virgo, so Virgo being collectively the 6th house, this energy brings about the revisiting of old opportunities and old relationships, particularly with that Mercury retrograde. Virgos always like to get things right, but we have that Venus energy there. So what this is saying to me is that situations that have happened in the past that have either damaged your psyche or damaged relationships, you're coming to realizations that are going to enable you to heal and move on and leave those situations in the past, being able to cut those cords with the past. Okay, so Mercury retrograde is going to soon go direct, and this is going to be in a positive alignment with Pluto and Capricorn. And this Pluto in Capricorn, so Venus, Mercury trine with Pluto, this is bringing about deep relationships in your, deep communication, in your relationships. So whether you have physical activity, if you know what I mean, in your one-to-one relationships, those are going to get deeper. Your mental connection is, expect that to also get deeper as well. And one thing I'd like to say as I wrap up this general forecast here is that Pluto collectively is in the 10th house, and that's the 10th house of career. So it could be that a lot of you are actually revisiting your career aspirations at the moment, and the seeds are about to be planted as to what you expect your legacy to be when it comes to your career. If you're working at a company at the moment, working on yourself, you want want to start visiting your medium and long-term career goals and saying, is where I'm going, am I on track for those goals? What do I need to retweak? What do I need to revisit? Okay, so that's the end of our general forecast. So on to our pick a card. For some of these I would be shuffling on camera, so not to worry, but here are our piles. We have pile number 1. Yeah, pile number 1 here. Pile number 2. And pile number 3. So take a moment, you could pause the video to reflect on which pile you would like to choose. You could also select more than one pile if you like. I am going to go ahead with pile number 1. Okay, so pile number 1. What is this new moon energy in Libra? What could we expect from this energy over the next 2 weeks? So we have the first energy here. We have the card of detachment. With detachment, you finally feel free, whole inside, with or without the fulfillment of a particular desire. Ironically, that's often when it's fulfilled. Interesting. So this is fanning. So you know when I was, and this is where pile number 1, if you haven't listened to the general forecast that I gave in the beginning, this is where I would advise you pause the video here, go back and listen to that general forecast, because this is what I was talking about. That, remember, I was talking about that Jupiter retrograde in Aries, and we were talking about that overcommitment energy where you're going too much, too hard, too soon after something. So what this detachment energy is saying is it's time to just stop, take stock, and remain still when it comes to that energy, number 1. Number 2, what I'm seeing with detachment as well, when you're trying to manifest something, it's always like ordering in a restaurant, where you have the menu, you say precisely what you want, you point it out in the menu, the waiter goes away, but every 5 minutes you're calling the waiter back, finding out, is it ready? Is it ready? Is it ready? So if you're constantly checking in with the waiter, checking in with the chef, whether it's ready, it's ready, it's ready, you're interrupting and you're breaking the flow of the intention energy being driven to what it is that you're asking for. Right? So what this card is advising you here with this energy, it's finding more balance within yourself, not going so much, not, I'm feeling this panic and anxiety over what it is that you guys are after. And it's shifting yourself into a place where you know that what you're after is going to come. Have confidence in yourself that it's going to come to you. Right? Again, we have this 4 of Pentacles energy here. This 4 of Pentacles to me is about a stagnancy. Again, it's about grabbing, it's about holding, it's about wanting. It's coming from a position of lack, which is this detachment energy as well, where you feel you don't have enough. And what this new moon in Libra energy is going to bring about is a gentle reassurance that, no, you are enough. No, it is going to come. Loosen the grip a little bit. Relax. It's coming. Okay. So these are really, and there we go. That's it. With the 4 of Wands, it's coming. Just let go. You need to act and get yourself in this, I don't mean that you need, but it's up to you what you do or not. But it's sort of getting into the space of celebrating the arrival of something. Expect it to come. Right? 9 of Cups, there we go. That's the thing. So for those of you who are tuning into pile number 1, if there is something that you've been, waiting anxiously to come through, just detach, just loosen your grip on that a little bit. Trust the universe and trust that it's going to come. That is the energy from the new moon in Libra. That is what this is saying. All right, let's check your other... Oh my goodness. Guys, I promise you, I do not look at these cards beforehand. Look at what's come through. Let go of control issues. Allow the situation to unfold naturally. That is just what we were saying with detachment. Make the effort and pay attention to red flags. What this is saying to me here, particularly the pay attention to red flags, is that many times we can want something and we could have so much anxiety, and our grip over what we want could be so tight that we're suffocating it. And also, what that means is that there may be signs that something isn't for you, but we're so obsessed with the idea of what it is that we want, we don't pay attention to those red flags. So that is for some of you. You know, for instance, if you're completely obsessed with a guy, and let's say this guy is a bad boy, and you're seeing certain signs that this guy isn't right for you, or girl, it could be girl as well, isn't right for you, but you decide to ignore those red signs and still go full pelt. That's what this is saying. And what is going to be happening. Allow that new moon in Libra energy to just gently bring a more balanced approach to the situation. Okay, so that is what this is saying. And interestingly enough, with this pink, I believe this is called a tumblestone. With this pink energy, I'm picking up oh my gosh, I'll have to find out what. I can't remember pink, but pink to me talks about, what I'm picking up with this is about healing the heart chakra. It's just what I'm picking up with this pink crystal. I'm going to check I can't remember what pink tumblestones are meant to be, what the connection is with that. But I'm seeing quite a lot with this energy, you know, putting aside what it's meant to mean or not. The energy that I'm picking up from this is not seeing things as clearly as you can, needing to, it's almost as if your instinct is going in a slight overdrive. There's holding on to things too tight, like your vision is a bit blurred when it comes to a particular situation, when it comes to a particular thing. The reason why it's a bit blurred is that something about your heart chakra not being quite in alignment and needing to get that balance back, which this new moon energy in Libra would bring, and just releasing your grip on things a bit. Okay, that's what I've picked up. Soul family. Call in your tribe. You don't have to do this alone, is the other energy that I'm picking up here. And it's interesting, we pick up the soul tribe and we pick up the Four of Wands, which is celebrating with other people. And the traditional Rider-Waite also talks about that as well. So and again, this new moon in Libra is all about relationships with other people, one-to-one friends. But with, as I said in the introduction and the general forecast, there is going to be a trine that's going to happen between Mercury and a Mercury trine with Pluto, a Venus, Mercury and Pluto trine. And that is talking about deep connections, deep relationships, not surface level anymore, but finding those deep connections. And that is the energy that's also complementing this new moon in Libra. So expect recommitment and reconnections to also be coming back. And remember, guys, very finally, we have fellow travelers. Support is all around you. I hate this phrase. They always talk about it being, it's the journey, not the destination. Hence, detachment has come up for you guys. And I hate that so much. I hate that saying. But what this is showing is, oh gosh, yep. If you look at this card very carefully with the rainbow sort of at the destination, and you have all of that still to go through. Not loosen the grip on the destination, but it's enjoying the journey, and it's understanding that support is all around you if you ask for it. So we talk here about soul tribe, and this soul tribe is not just the soul tribe that is in your 3D world physically around you, but it's also your metaphysical soul tribe. It's your spirit guides, it's your guardian angels, it's those people who are also around you as well. They are always willing, if you are able to keep yourself still and have that stillness that we spoke about at the beginning, to find that balance within yourself and to ask for it and to ask for what it is that you want and to connect with the integrity of what it is that you want. Your spirit guides are there to help you, and the help and assistance that they'll be providing is either through synchronicities, it may be through something that your eye catches and you notice, it may be through a message that you get from someone else. That's how spirit guides speak to you. They sort of use things in the physical world to send messages, or the messages and the support could also come in your dreams as well. So to sum this up, pile number one, it's a matter of not holding on to your dreams, aspirations, relationships, situations so tightly, but loosening your grip, paying attention to your signs and synchronicities and that are around you, that are helping you on this journey to your destination. And if you want help, not being afraid to ask for it, and also not being afraid to, this is a journey, you are journeying to your destination, right? So it's a matter of enjoying the journey and know that you have that support. Okay, so pile number one, that is it from me in terms of what to expect and what the new moon energy in Libra is bringing. I hope that resonated. If it did, leave a comment down below. Like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys in future readings. Okay, bye for now. Pile number two. So, what could we expect from this new moon energy in Libra? If you have not listened to the general forecast reading, I would advise that you pause this now and listen to the general forecast, because this would set the context for this reading. We've gone through pile number one, and there are a lot of references made to the introduction general forecast. So I would advise that you listen to the general forecast. Okay, and also if this pile, hopefully this pile resonates with you. If not, you could always check another pile. Okay, so outrage. Oh, I like that. Outrageous openness. So this is the energy from the new moon in Libra. Dear love, open me to your will. Release me from my attachments. Surprise and delight me with your plan. You know what's needed, and I am open to receive it. That is a lot of bravery going on in this energy. What I particularly like that's being said here is release me from my attachments. And again, some of you may be Aries in this reading, Aries sun, moon, rising. In the general forecast, we talked about the influence of that Jupiter retrograde energy in Aries. So if you've either overcommitted yourself to something, overextended yourself to something, if you've become overly obsessed with a particular energy, with a particular person, that is that Jupiter retrograde in Aries. That's the impact of that. And what this is advising is to release from attachments. It's speak, Lord, for thy servant heareth is another phrase that's that they're telling me. It's about not holding on to things so tightly. It's being able to let go just a little bit and trust that the universe has got your back to deliver what is in your best interest. It's very similar, this energy here is very similar to pile number one. But let's see what else we have. So we have 3 of Cups, which I love, which is a celebration. 8 of Wands. And we have, ooh, Ace of Cups, yes. Okay, so pile number 2. Let's just say, so again, in my general forecast, when we were talking about this new moon in Libra, Libra is the 7th, collectively the 7th house, which talks about one-to-one relationships. So these could be platonic or romantic relationships, such as marriage, one-to-one relationships, commitment or exclusivity with your partner. And this is just what I'm seeing here. It could be that some of you, from what we've said before about outrageous openness, you know what you want, but you don't quite know how to get there. You don't know what steps you need to take in order to get to what it is that you actually want. Okay, so what this is saying is that this new moon in Libra energy, expect downloads, expect inspiration, expect ideas as to how you can get from A to B. But you need to be open to receive it. You need to be open to receive the downloads in your dreams. It's a matter of being open to seeing the synchronicities. But I'm seeing the main gist of the energy in this reading also being about relationships, particularly romantic relationships and new beginnings. So for those of you who are currently in a one-to-one relationship, it could be like having a deepening of your connection, right? That connection dropping a bit deeper. So it could be someone's proposing, or a new relationship comes on the horizon, or just a deepening of your commitment, like you turn a page with one another. For some of you, it could be celebrating an anniversary. I also see that coming through as well. For those of you not in relationships, and for those of you for whom not in relationships, let's say you're not aspiring to a relationship, that is completely fine. What I'm seeing is an alignment to your life purpose is what I'm seeing coming through here. When you are aligned to your life purpose, and in fact I've been working on a program for this which I'll be launching in 2023, and this program is called the Life Purpose Alignment Program. When you are aligned to what it is you were brought on this planet to do, there would be infinite abundance that could come to you without putting in much work. Believe it or not, like many times if you're out of alignment, you could usually feel it in that you're overworked, you're overcommitted, you're overstretched, you're overextended, you tend to get ill a lot, you tend to, your brain tends to overthink and you tend to ruminate. That's when you're out of alignment. But when you have such a divine passion for what you do, you can't help but think about it. You can't help but do it. You're just always drawn to it. That's when you're in your flow state. And that is the state of infinite abundance. So what this is saying is, yes, there's a relationship element and aspect, which I'm seeing quite strongly with the Ace of Cups in this reading. But for those of you who are single, not looking for relationships at the moment, I am just seeing that you guys are on the brink of this breakthrough in your purpose. If you've been working particularly hard at something and making something a success, you're on the brink of that success coming through. What you are going to use this new moon in Libra energy to do is to help you release and let go of any blockers that are keeping you back from fully harnessing or fully getting aligned with your purpose and with your abundance. And this is the resentment. So when we talk about here, outrageous openness, which is you would release me from attachments, those attachments are coming in the form of resentments. Either resentments of past relationships, resentments I'm seeing here, particularly platonic relationships with friends or with work colleagues, or with those, like I'm seeing that one long-term relationship that cut you deep, that cut to the white meat, that was really traumatic. So these are releases from trauma situations, also what I'm picking up on as well. Whether you're consciously aware of it or not, there is a deep-seated trauma here that needs to be released, and you guys will be finding the courage to release it with this new moon. Being told that some of you may know what this is, others of you may not, because I'm seeing the red and the root chakra being activated here. I would advise, if you can, some of you may be seeing a psychotherapist already, you may be in counseling already, or even if it's just talking this out with someone. There is something, I'm picking up a buried energy here. So it's talking and just getting it out of your system, giving it, materializing it, seeing it for what it is, giving it a voice, giving it a shape, giving it a color. And that is what talking about problems and issues does, particularly with a qualified professional or with a friend who has your back. that will also enable the release and encourage and activate this outrageous openness energy. I'm bringing up Akashic records here, and what I'm picking up here as well is that in terms of life path and life purpose, what you are experiencing in terms of surrendering this energy and this opportunity coming through, these have been requested in your Akashic records. So before you reincarnated, for those of you who believe in that, before you reincarnated and came to this earth, we usually have like a few goals or things that we want to experience and things that we want to do and lessons that we want to learn, karma we want to heal. And what I'm seeing here with this outrageous openness energy and this infinite abundance is that you all are now beginning to pass into that phase where you are beginning to enjoy the better elements or the more positive elements of what is written in your Akashic records. So this is the point where if you've been through a lot of hardships you felt in your life, this is saying that with this new moon energy, the seed is going to start being planted for things to turn around for you. That's another message that I'm picking up here. Let's see. I'm just being any further messages for pile number 2. Further messages around that for pile number 2. What's written in their records. And it's coming through really fast for you guys as well. A lot of this is coming through really fast. Once you believe that it can happen, it's going to come through really fast. And it's going to come through for you guys when you least expect it. And this is what I'm seeing. We have the, I don't read reversals, but if they come through as reverse, then I'll take them. So we have the 7 of Wands reverse as a clarifier for this energy. So this is what I'm saying, and they're confirming this. If for a lot of you, there has been a lot of obstacles that you've had to face, a lot that you've had to overcome, a lot of challenges that you've meant to overcome and heal from that has changed you and made you question your belief system, change your belief system and so on. With this being reverse, it's saying that any negative energy that was attached to these situations, it's time for you to let that negative energy go now and release it, right? This is what you need in order to step into your path. Okay. Pile number 2, I am going to leave that there. I don't believe I have any further messages. That was quite intense actually, but I don't have any further messages for you. So if that resonated with you, let me know down below. And I will see you guys in other readings, okay? So if, and I'm going to move on to pile number 3. Oh my gosh, my head is still in. That was such a power. I just had such a really deep connection there. Okay. Pile number 3. Hello. So guys, if you haven't done so, I would advise you pause this reading now and check the general forecast that I did at the beginning, because we're realizing over piles number 1 and 2 that a lot of the predictions that came up in the general forecast are actually coming in and permeating through these individual pick a card readings. So I'll advise you to check that. Okay, so let's get into it. All right, so what is this? What could we expect from this new moon in Libra energy? What is it bringing for you? Oh, I love this. Limitlessness. See yourself open to receive in the most miraculous ways. The divine can use anything and anyone. Oh my God. Wow. You know, from the introduction, we talked about that Libra energy, and that Libra energy is about balance and it's about harmony. That's what we said about that Libra energy. Ruling planet is Venus, which is in your 12th house right now. And it's like there is something stirring in your 12th house, not in your 12th house, sorry. That Venus is in Virgo. That's what I meant to say. Not that Venus isn't, but it's in Virgo. at the moment. And being in Virgo at the moment, what I'm seeing just behind Libra, what I'm seeing is that stirring of blessings that are coming in for you guys. I have to backtrack to that Venus in the 12th house. If there are a few people looking at this on this pile, and if you do have Venus in your 12th house at the moment, then there's something in this reading for you. I would say that because my head just went really strongly to that. There is a release or a healing of something deep in your psyche that would bring about this feeling of limitlessness for you. Okay. So we have the 9 of Wands, 6 of Swords, and 4 of Pentacles. You know where I'm being told this limitlessness is coming from? It's as if this limitlessness and this feeling of limitlessness is an energy that is in your vicinity already. It's as if you know it. You're transitioning with the 6 of Swords from one phase of being to another. It's as if you're allowing yourself to release the past and just move on. Like this limitlessness is an energy that you guys are in already. And limitlessness could take various forms. And one of the forms it could take is being brave to leave whatever current situation that you're in that's not serving you, to leave that situation and just progress and move on forward. For some of you, I'm seeing with the 9 of Wands, you all have been preparing for this moving forward for a very long time. So it could be that you guys have been working on what your dream is, what your goal is. You've been working on nurturing that, and you've been guarding that, right? You've been guarding it against other people who may not see what you're doing, who may not be fully supportive or understand what you're doing. Right? You've been working on your dreams and you've been guarding it from them. And there's going to come a point with this energy where you'll be ready to take that leap and move forward. Let's see what else is coming up. Keep an open mind. Oh my gosh. Again, guys, I do not look at these cards. I just shuffle, select them. I tune into the energy that people viewing this reading would need, and I just shuffle, select them and put them. But we have open mind and limitlessness. And this is what, when we talk about things being different from what you expect, this is exactly the energy that I was picking up on with this 9 of Wands. You all may be working on something and working towards something that people around you may not understand. It's going to be different from what they know. It's going to be different from what they expect. But it's going to be true to you. Right? And that's where that limitlessness. So it's allowing yourself to dream, not being so constricted in terms of your views and outlook. So it's not coming from a lack mentality with the 4 of Pentacles, but it's coming from a place where you believe that anything is possible and everything is possible as long as it's for you. So with keeping an open mind is giving yourself permission to dream as big as you can. Jupiter going positive. I think Jupiter is going to go backwards into Pisces and then it's going to move forward again. Jupiter going direct, and the time it goes direct is going to be a really important time for you. There we go. Again, hidden motivations, your intentions. You know, it's a matter of those of you at the moment. This could be you, or this could be someone within your vicinity who is working on something, but the reason what they're working on, the reason they're working on it, that's keeping, it's as if they're keeping that hidden, or you need to keep that hidden at this point. It's having that time. Hang on, I need to pull some more. Where's this deck? I just need to pull some more cards to understand this energy that I am seeing. it's like you're working on something, and you have been working on something, but you don't want to release to anyone what it is that you're working on until you are assured that it's complete or it has arrived. I'm picking up that energy as well. I'm picking up that this could be a time for a lot of you of solitude and keeping your own counsel as well. So whatever it is that you're working on, it's not divulging it to other people, but keeping your own counsel and keeping your own authority when it comes to that. Some of you may be planning a vacation as well. Some of you may be planning a break with girlfriends also. So there's a lot of different messages coming through. But some of you may be planning a vacation, a vacay. And some of you may be moving on to another element and another phase of your life also. So, and by that and phase, I mean starting a new job. Some of you may literally, as this card says, be pregnant. It's a lot of opportunities and possibilities that are open for you at this point. It's like I'm seeing a crossroads energy with this as well. But it's really whatever you put your mind to, it's really ensuring that you all are committed to the cause and you all put in the work towards it as well. But the world is your oyster, basically. Limitless. That's what this is. But whatever it is that you all put your mind to, really guard it. Because another energy that I'm picking up is that there may be people around you who may not really understand where you're coming from. They may not understand what you're doing, but it's only when they see the end result that they could see the full picture. So it's not to say that they're being malicious against you or anything like that, but it's only when they see the full picture then they would get it and they'd be there to ride with you. I'm also being told that if you divulge something too quickly and you speak too early, you may jinx yourself, is another thing that I'm coming up with. And I'm seeing that strongly with the Five of Cups here. So we don't want to jinx anything. And what I'm seeing with the Five of Cups, I'm seeing a Five of Cups of disappointment, and I'm seeing these Three of Cups in the air as well. So really be careful with people who are around you and who you speak to. It's interesting. Three is really, we have the Three Pentacles on the ground here, the Three Cups, and then the Three Cups that are overspilled. So if that number means anything to you, either 3 friends, giving money over a space of 3 months, or committing to something for 3 months, just be wary of that. However that resonates with you, it's a warning. All right, just be wary of it. Even with the Six of Swords here, we have the 3 swords on either side. So 3 is coming up, and then this is pile number 3 as well. So there's a significance with that number 3 here. But irrespective of of any of that and how that resonates, what is coming through really strongly here is to protect your ideas, protect what you're doing. You know, it's just keeping that close to you until it's fully formed and you're ready to share. Okay. Oh my God, pile number 3, that took a turn, but I hope it resonated anyway. Let me know in the comments down below. And also, don't forget that we are having the monthly general readings coming up next week. So I'll see you guys in those. Okay, bye for now.